points tell you all how is this technology is been having a positive impact on the people. The positive impact, one point I have already told you all, is faster communication, and the organization of the data and the information is very easy and very fruitfully done by the organization, by the businesses and everything. Computerization of tasks is another important thing. Okay, with the help of computers, with the help of the gadgets, everything becomes very, very easy. And to access the information, again, it is very, very easy when we talk about technology. So when small businesses, let us come to small businesses, because we say all the time the government is telling us about, MSMEs, government is telling us about skilled businesses, government is telling us about startup businesses. How does it help? How does information technology help? It helps because one of the most important thing that we have to think about is growth of the digital platforms. We know that the growth of the digital platforms play an important role in this particular impacts. Okay, so positive impact is what? Positive impact of the information technology is that people are being able to access, not only access, bring forth information technology to the forefront of the doorsteps of the people. Now, when I guess that I'm speaking more to the students, I will tell you all that in last pandemic times, in last 2 years, what did we see? We were unable to go out of our houses. We were unable to reach out to the shops. We were unable to go to college. We were unable to go to do our shopping. All these type of things are there. But did we keep quiet? Did we become restless? Did we not do what we are supposed to do? What work we are supposed to do? Everything happened at its own time with the help of technology. Thanks to that little phone which is there in our hands, thanks to the laptop, thanks to all the communication gadgets that we have come closer to each other. Let me say that when I am talking to students like this, we have all gone through all these things. Let me say in few minutes, let me tell you all that this information technology has helped business in many ways. Many a times we were relying on those particular things. For example, we were relying on China for so many things, so many inputs for us, so many raw materials for us. But when everything closed down, all flights closed down, all the cargo ships closed down, did our businesses go down? Did we not do with the raw materials that we have within us? Didn't our agriculture sector flourish because of the COVID times? Didn't our farmers go on farm? Didn't our families unite together? Aren't the businesses which were run by the families are been run by the families now all over again? So when we talk about business, definitely technology plays an important role when we talk about the technology side of it. Okay, so impact it has gone on society. Now businesses, I think so yesterday's both the persons who spoke to you all and the papers what you all had deliberations over the period of time of yesterday till today, you all must have had quite many talking about how the information technologies impact on business. Let me wind up. I was given 20 minutes. Let me wind up saying that, that technology has impacted not only businesses, but society too. How did it impact society? I will just give you some points about plus points about the society and the negative point about the society at large. When we talk about society, society means to say all the different generations of people, right from the older age to middle age to that of children. Everybody knows how to use technology. When I'm talking about technology, I'm specifically relying on the devices, the gadgets, the communication that has been used for the purpose of the technological inputs. So when we talk about the use of technology and its impact on the society, I know that many a times, specifically parents, they will say that it has brought about, more tendency for the children to be on the internet, more tendency of the children to be more on the mobile phones, which has got impact, physical impact, mental impact. So many types of, impacts are there. But let me tell you all the plus points of these gadgets. Our children who are at a younger age, okay, they are to be in the guidance of the parents. But I will tell you that when we talk about society, the younger generation of children are more exposed to things which were not known to us when we were of a younger age. They know what to do. They know when to do. They know when to, I'm talking about the studies, the curriculum, the careers, what they want to take up. They know what businesses, what type of the inputs in terms of the HR or in terms of employment generation. They know what are the current statistics of all the different aspects of the economy. So when we talk about the information technology, definitely we have to keep one thing in mind. Information technology has made our younger generations to open up their minds in different areas. Gone are those days when parents were counseling the children, you do this, you do this, you have to do this, you have to become an IAS officer, you have to go in as a teacher, you have to go in as, but now children know what they can do and what they have to do for their own selves. Okay, so that is one plus point about the society. Another important thing is that technology has brought society closer in terms, I'm talking about virtual closeness. I know that physical closeness for the families, it is becoming a little not very easier. Why? Because people are, because of work, because of education, because of so many reasons, they have to migrate, they have to be off their native places, they have to migrate, they have to live in other places, leave their rural areas and go to the urban areas in search of job, in search of education. All that is there. But with the use of technology, with all the gadgets, with all the technology, okay, the virtual thing of this technology has brought the society closer to each other. To some extent, some of you all will say that it has lost a physical touch between the family or in the society. But I will tell you all, to some extent, it has brought people together. For example, gone are those days when after our 10th standard, after our college days, where we had touch with our friends, with people who have already gone. But now, because of this technology, WhatsApp, messages, because of mails, because of all these gadgets and all these various type of via internet communications, our lost friends we have met together. Our lost society people whom we thought that we would never meet again have met together. Medias such as Facebook, such as Instagram, such as Twitter has brought everybody together. You know what is happening anywhere else. For example, one bomb has been thrown somewhere in Ukraine. You come to know the very next second, because the media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, everyone is quick in getting the information. So I would say that information technology has not only given us plus points in terms of business, but in terms of society too. Information technology has played a very important role in bringing us all together. Or otherwise, take for example, today if I had to say to Dr. Anwar, Dr. Anwar, I am unable to come to all the way to Pune because I am busy here with my college activities. I would not be able to have contact with you lovely people, participants out there. But because of this media, where Google Meet or Zoom meeting, we are able to talk to each other. We are able to see each other. You all are able to see me. You all can hear me. You all can understand what I want to speak to you all, what I want to communicate to you all. Thanks to the technology, and I should say, you as young children and all the participants who are there for this international seminar, I would say all the participants that information technology, which is one of the most important thing in today's world, if taken in a most positive way, it can create wonders. And at the outset, let me say that this particular international seminar is going to bring about lot of inputs for the economy and for the full entire world, that information technology is nothing less than touching the sky. So with this few words, I take this opportunity to congratulate Pune College for having this wonderful international seminar and giving me the opportunity to speak to the participants of this international webinar. And hats off to all the organizers, to all the teachers who are doing a wonderful job of coordinating and getting things done, because internet, everything is there, but what happens is sometimes the connectivity is very, very poor, and because of that we are unable to connect to each other. But thanks to the organizers for getting connected, for getting time and again reminding that so and so thing is there, and then send me the biodata, give me your photo, all those things. And I would say, because bringing about a particular event to success, it all depends upon the organizers who are doing tireless work behind this particular seminar. Once again, I would like to say and end my note saying that my friend Dr. Anwar, Pune College, I would like to have a tie-up with you all for doing such type of activities with my college in Goa. And I welcome all of you all to Goa to have a wonderful time in Goa as well, organizing events with our college, with that of Pune College. With this, I thank each and everyone, and specifically Dr. Anwar for inviting me as the guest of honor for this particular seminar. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you all the participants and the organizers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was guest of honor, Dr. Manasvi Kamath. In a very short span of time, Madam has covered so many points. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now I call upon Dr. Yasat Pirzadeh for proposing vote of thanks. Assalamu alaikum. Very good morning. It is an honor for me to propose a vote of thanks on the occasion of second plenary session of International Conference. On the behalf of management of Anjuman Khairul-Islam, Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Department of Commerce, PG Research Center, I express my gratitude to Mrs. Manasvi Kamath, Principal, MES College, Goa, for sharing her valuable thoughts. And Madam, we definitely tell our principal for the MAU with your college. I am thankful to our dynamic principal, Professor Dr. Aftab Sheikh, for his guidance. I am thankful to our HOD, Dr. Nasreen Khan, for her support. Thanks to all the teachers of Department of Commerce for their cooperation and coordination. I am thankful to all the national and international participants for attending and actively taking part in this conference. Thank you all. Thank you very much. That was Dr. Yasat Pizadeh. Now the session will be continued. We'll have international students deliberation shortly. We have deliberation from Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Turkmenistan, Sudan. We have Abdullah from Afghanistan, Babrak Ataullah from Afghanistan. We have Firaza from Turkmenistan, then Jayani from Sri Lanka, Yasin from Sudan, Shekaba from Afghanistan. We have Ms. Sonali from Sri Lanka, Mr. Udit from Sri Lanka, and Ms. Umesha from Sri Lanka. So shortly we'll have interaction and group discussion among these international participants. So we'll begin shortly. May I ask all these participants to kindly switch on their camera. Delegations from various countries. Yes, Ms. Sonali is there from Sri Lanka. Yes, Mr. Udit. Sir, can you please connect if Ms. Sonali is available? We'll give 2 minutes for your interaction. Sir, all these students, if you want to share your views, kindly raise your hand. Yes, Ms. Sonali from Sri Lanka. Mr. Udit, Umesha. Yes, Umesha, can you hear us? Am I audible to you? You're not audible. She is not audible. Please mute. Can we ask Umesha from Sri Lanka, please unmute? You're not audible. The next participant. So give me the list. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Abdullah from Afghanistan, are you there?
Yes, I am there.
Yeah, you're audible now.
Yes.
We would like to hear from you, Mr. Abdullah from Afghanistan.
Okay. Thank you for.
The topic is the impact of information technology on education. Please over to Abdullah from Afghanistan.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank the Pune department for giving us this opportunity to participate in this conference. Thank you all. Thank you for this opportunity. So I would like to start that the technology has impacted almost every aspect of the life today, and especially in education sector. So it has given us various opportunity in our education, especially in this type of situation where we had pandemic in this last 2 years. So we have been receiving our education and we have been learning without even compromising our own health. So that was a big benefit for us, like from the technology from this last 2 years. And even this web seminars also, it was very helpful so that we don't have to be there sometimes because health issues or restrictions or any type of issues. Now we are conducting here through these seminars virtually. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please continue.
Okay, yeah. And even the increased use of this technology through the educational has given us adaptation of the technology itself. Like before this online classes and everything, we didn't have the actual use of the technology in education. We were not able to actually use the technology in terms of how to adopt, how to get in lectures without being in the class itself. So for us, the education was more like to have to be in person, sit in class and see the teacher and the lecturer talking about the topic and understand and get contract between each other. But in this pandemic, we have learned that there is another way, which is much easier, much safer, and we don't have to compromise our health also in this regard. So it was very helpful for us nowadays that we can contract, we can talk, we can now hear me from the home itself. I am sitting here talking, being a part of this seminar and events.
Yes, Abdullah.
Yes. So
we can continue, or you're finished?
No, I will continue. So even the technology now has provided us many things. in regard of let's suppose in our research and study things. Now we didn't have in these last 2 years we didn't have that opportunity to go to the library of the college to get information or to get any syllabus or books of our studies. So we started downloading the ebooks from websites and starting using the internet like to get our resource from there. So it was very helpful for in these times, especially.
Yes, Abdullah.
Yes. So yeah, so is there any question so that we can answer and interact more?
Yes, Abdullah, thank you very much. Is there any question from the participant? We have Barbak from Afghanistan. Are you there? Barbak from Afghanistan. Then Ataullah. If you're there, kindly raise your hand. Ataullah, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much, Abdullah. Now we'll listen to Ataullah. Ataullah, please continue.
So first of all, I would like to thank all of the staff who has provided us such kind of opportunities like we have provided now. So now I want to talk about the impact of technologies on education. So education has brought many changes in education. So like for example, students wants to improve their performance in education, and technology become a source for them to get better education. So we can say that technology has brought many changes in different ways. For example, in previous times, like there were few books, we don't have internet, so the students and the teachers were not able to collect lots of information about a subject. So they provided technology provided this kind of opportunities for us uh, uh, to communicate with each other. There is another example for COVID-19 scenario that came previously. If we compare current situation like the COVID has came in the previous times, there were no internet-based internet-based learning and internet-based teaching. So COVID-19, when COVID-19 came, it brought gave us opportunities for the students and the teacher to take online classes, and beside that, teachers were able to take exams from the students online. Before COVID-19, these all things were offline. They were physically present in the class. So many changes and many opportunities have been given by the technology in every section, like in education, in society, in different kind of things. There are some other issues also that has brought the technology brought changes in education and other things. So this was the. Can you,
yes, am I
thank
audible?
You. Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, thank you very much, Ataullah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Abdullah from Afghanistan.
Yes, sir. Thank
You heard Abdullah from Afghanistan.
Yes, sir.
He-
Yeah, I heard.
Are you agree with his statement that technology has helped the students in
Yeah,
learning?
definitely, sir. I'm agree with him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So wonderful discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We have Firaza from Turkmenistan. Are you there? Sorry, sir, kindly help me. If Eon from Bangladesh. If you are there, please.
Yes, sir, we are audible.
Yeah.
Firoza, could you please share your PPT?
Is my screen visible?
No.
This now?
Make it be.
Is it?
Yeah.
Try to share the full slide. Slide share. Yeah.
So, good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank to Pune College for giving us to the give the opportunity to to attend this wonderful conference. So, myself, Yun Sakma, and I'm from Bangladesh.
Yes, please continue.
Sakiba, are you audible? Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone. I am Shikeba from Afghanistan.
Yasin?
Good
Yasin, are you?
afternoon, everyone. I'm Firoza from Turkmenistan.
I'm requesting to Johnny to introduce herself.
Hello, I'm Jaini from Sri Lanka.
So, so today, so could you please change the slide?
If you don't share slide, that is also not a problem. We just want your opinion. Okay.
We make the PPT for the presentation. That's it.
Because this is one kind of group discussion. So we would like to have others' opinions also. That should be interactive because this is not presentation. Okay. So if you could.
Sir, we made a make a presentation.
Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. No problem. Okay. Continue.
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the impact of the information and technology on business and society. So in this presentation, first of all, we are going to talk about the introduction, and then we are going to talk like what is information and technology, and then we're gonna talk the impact of the technology, and then we're gonna discuss about is technology is to relate social sciences, and then technological baking, and then we're gonna talk in fact of the technology of different element of society on communication, impact of the communication, and impact on the business. And at last, we're gonna talk how information technology affect business and society in developing country. So let's begin. Could you please change the slide? So yeah. So nowadays, information and technology has came to the revolution in every field of human activities, including the way of we live or the way of we work. There is at least one product involving the using of information technology, such like washing machine, microwaves, and computer, and many other things. with the rapid growth of information technology and the introduction of the internet, we now will able to order goods, reserve seat for our bus, train, and any other way, anything, and engage anything from our personal computer, no matter where we are right now. And the broad access to the information communication technology is a key for the people to understanding the participate and respond to the challenges that development process to civilization, to the understanding of the issues such as global warming, loss of biodiversity, evolution, implication of the genetic research, and many other topics are essentially almost the requisite. For the personal involvement of those issues, they affect all of us. And the better we understand them, the better we can respond with the appreciate action, or whatever, those are activism in public access, public causes, or change at the personal level. In developing countries, access to the information is a wide space, such as a visit to a decent bookstore provide enormous amount of possibility, like library, particularly university library. You can the most appreciate place the advantage of the electronic information, particularly the World Wide and other means of global information access has multiplied how people can obtain information. So nowadays, in economic system where knowledge is main element and information technology act as a driving force and make important contribution to the development processes. The increase of the demand for the computerization and internet uses and the information technology product has brought along the need for a highly equipped workforce in the sector. So next slide, please. So now let's talk about the information technology. Like what do we understand about information technology, and what we thought or think about this. The concept of information technology defines technologies that enable effective and efficient operation, such as recording or storing data and producing information by going through a certain processing process and accessing, storing, and transferring this procedure information. It is include technology. If another definition is to make, we can say that the collection and processing, storing, presentation of transferring of information, but necessarily is a technology that provides point-to-point access to spatial. Within the framework of this definition, made software, hardware, and all machineries that are in control, interact with them, are used for the specific purpose. Information technology can classify as a computer, communication technology, work center, robot, and computer clips tool, and that analyze, store, and send and collect the information, and digital computer processes that make the information available to the user in decision making, and tools that provide communication and or asset communication. So now I'm going to hand over to Sakiba to talk about the impact of the technology.
Okay. Hello, everyone again. Technology affects the way individuals communicate, learn, and think. It helps society and determines how people interact with each other daily. By the way, technology plays an important role in society today, and nowadays it has positive and negative effect on world and impact on our daily lives. So we are living in an area where technological advance are common, that internet and cell phone are some examples. However, with the technological advance, there is a downside to all. So technology related to society, a number of sociologists argue that difference between developed and backward societies is due to the social impact of technology on those societies, but how technology led to social change, what are the social and cultural effects that live on a society, what is the social meaning of technology. So the widespread introduction of technology into advanced societies in various industrial, agriculture, service and commercial fields, etc. has led to the demise of the home as a small factory, which prompt women to go outside to work for long hours and gain the economic freedom, which are achieved a degree of equality for them with men. At the level of family, there is no longer time to have a large family. Instead, we, and despite the few, so are receiving education outside the home. Not to mention the decline in the role of the father and his transformation in a member of a family after he was its absolute master. At the level of social status, he is no longer a person benefit his lineage and his family, but it's important thing is that the degree of his knowledge of technology to get a suitable job. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon to you all. I'm Yasin Adam from Sudan, and I would be talking about the technology packing the society, how the technology is packing the society. So the people in the past used to use the technology
Yasin,
mostly to, yes?
Can you please turn on your camera?
Okay. Am I visible? Hello?
Yes.
Am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So the people in the past use the technology mostly to make day-to-day tasks easier. And now,
Yasin,
now
just 1 minute, Yasin. Yeah,
yes.
can you hear me, Yasin?
Yes.
It will be better if we have a discussion. Like PPT, we'll see later. But just let us know. Your topic is technology backing the society, right? So just
Yes.
some discussion. If we have, it will be better. Like so that and the others can just share their perception, their views related to the topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, Mom, we have prepared this PPT on this. Like, we don't have that much knowledge about it.
It's okay, whatever you can, if it's
okay. And
the conclusion, or you can say just a brief about it, about the topic.
Okay. Nowadays, like the technologies continuously change the society in many ways. Like it's made learning more interactive and collaborative, and it helps also people to get better engaged with the material that they are learning and having trouble with. And also the technology gets you better access to the resource. And like in the future, like, the technology will soon decide and determine the evaluation of humanity. I'll be talking again about the impact of technology on different elements. The technology has impact on different elements of the society. For example, the government, the commercial business, the educational organizations, and the work. In the government part, the business leader must confront the possibility future they have faced, apart from sharing the economy that may make.
Okay, anybody else can, what he's saying, like it has impacted the different elements of the society.
Yes.
Can anybody speak for the topic, or share their views? What about Firuza, Jayani? You can raise your hand and speak about it. Yes, Abdullah.
Yes, so the impact of the technology not only have been for education, it has been drastically more important for the students and young generation, young individuals. Now that we are taking this technology to the next level, we are now there is more like as in data, there are more students and young individuals who have become an influencer and start earning a decent amount of money from the technology through maybe teaching college subject things, or doing any personal things. So we have taken this this technology to the next level. We started earning money also while we are a student also.
Anybody else can continue? Yes.
So, and also technology.
Has influence, he's saying, right? So share some more points, please. You can raise your hand.
And
Yes,
also technology these days mostly. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Uzair, yes, you want to say something, Uzair? Let us have a discussion, students.
Mostly now in society, technology affects our communication also. And for example,
Right. Continue, good, yes.
With informational technology, you know, that with developing technology devices, we can connect with anyone, anywhere and anytime. And it become more easier for us to connect with our family as a foreigner student, as we are now studying another country. And now technological devices become more important in everyone's life because of online learning. And mostly, like before in our childhood, technology was not important. Like we were playing games, outside games. Now everyone is get addicted to technology, and they are busy with phones and laptop and television, and it become more important.
Mr. Sonu, please switch on your camera, please. Can you please switch on your camera?
My camera is on.
Yes, please continue. Yes, right. Good going. Yes, continue.
And communication involves social change and sustainability of development of society. And with informational technologies, we can reach everywhere. We can connect with everyone.
Yes, Ozeli.
And also communication IT technology, like informational technologies, mostly affects on business also. Now most businesses are provided with their company provided with good technologies, informational technologies, and it helps their business to grow their business and to take that business to higher levels. My opinion is for this about business. And it will help for securing sensitive informations in businesses, and it will help for business. It will help small business improve their communication process. For example, emailing, texting, websites, apps. For example, facilitate improved communication with consumers, and companies may also receive more consumers' feedback through these electronic communication methods. And technology also improve inter-office communications and increase employee productivity.
Yes, thank you very much. Now we have some negative part also. What are the disadvantages of the information technology on education? Yes, Uzair has raised hand. Other participants also. Yes, please turn on your camera. What are the major two disadvantages which you would like to speak or more?
Yes, Uzair.
Jayani?
Yes, in information technology, there are advantages, but as like that, we have disadvantages also because those people who are in old ages, they have to use for these technologies, but it's really hard for them because they know about that old techniques, everything. So for businesses, for their society, day-to-day life, for each and everything, they need to learn about that from the beginning. So I feel that it's really disadvantage as a society because they have to learn more things from the beginning, and they have to it's really hard for them to learn. Most people have knowledge about English, but while we are using technology, the main language is like its basic is English, right? So because of that, some old generation people, they don't have the mm, main knowledge, basic knowledge of English also. So for them, they need to have they need to learn English also for learning these techniques and to use for these technologies.
Okay, Miranda, you want to say something? You can share your views. Miranda, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Hope you all can hear me properly. Yes, okay. Actually, Mami is from the University of Kelaniya in Sri Lanka. We would like to share our thoughts and our experience as final year undergraduate. Okay, final year undergraduates of University of Kelaniya.
Yes, please continue. Can hear you.
Yes, Miranda, continue. Okay, who else wants to share?
Sorry for the interruption. There is a power failure. I would like to continue. Sorry for the disturbance. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, me and Umesha Dabre from University of Kelaniya. As a final year undergraduate, we would like to share our thoughts, how impact of IT things, our practical experience as undergraduate. Initially, I would like to go with COVID-19 pandemic situation. Sorry. Initially in COVID. Okay, initially in 2020, we faced the COVID-19 pandemic. Before that, in Sri Lankan universities, considering the both private and public universities, don't conduct online, no idea about highly about some IT education. Even as we submitted all the assignments in the as hard copies. No, if we conduct some model platforms, we did it, and all the physical lectures were there and the physical presentations were there. But in COVID-19 lockdown, initially there were after that government universities, including some and plus some private universities, both quickly adjust with the difficult scenario that we all have faced. Mainly through the some universities use Teams, some universities Zoom via contact and continue some lectures. Actually, this is the positive thing. We know actually when we consider the Zoom and Teams platform highly IT based, some is even
Okay, good. Anybody else wants to participate before we end this session now?
sessions and to effectively run this service delivery system. However, at the same time, when we consider this IT impact with COVID-19, there is a huge challenge, as I mentioned earlier, because not only IT competency, but also when we consider some rural area in Sri Lanka, students having some devices, some lot of signal issues were there. But when it comes to the considering them positive time after familiarizing the system, now these days some universities or some courses, some faculties conduct this online mode. But I think with this COVID-19 pandemic plus IT scenario, can join some meetings sometimes, especially when like us, we should complete our actually our internship program,
Thank you very much
industry partnership
for the
final year.
active participation. We could have more discussion, but due to time schedule,
Okay, thank you.
we need to wind up this session. Thank you very much for the wonderful deliberation. Thank you very much. We had
thank you so
around
much.
11 foreign deliberations. I'm very happy to say. Thank you very much, Abdullah, Baba, Kataullah, Firaza, Ion, Jayani, Yasin, Shekeba, Sonali, Udit, Umesha, and other participants. Thank you very much. I just want to conclude that there are two aspects of the impact of technology on education. The deliberation was so beautiful that it is not easy for me to conclude it in just 2 minutes. They have covered so many points. The favorable part or the positive impact is the technology has provided us communication, remote learning, and we could cope up the pandemic. We have seen the world pandemic COVID-19. I thought somewhere the technology has helped as far as education is concerned. We could work from home, we could study from home, and we could give the exam from home. So that was the very much positive utilization of technology. But at the other hand, we missed face-to-face learning, social gathering because of that. But the technology, if you use it more than it is required, as we use the social networking websites more than necessity, or what we can say unproductive use of technology, we waste our time. Actually, we should invest the time, but we are wasting the time on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. As a student, our first priority is education. I need to bring to your notice that there are so many cases which are brought to psychologists. The cases of addiction, and the hospitals are open. They are giving treatment to the children and adults also, how they can reduce the addiction of mobile phone and technology. And children are at very risk. It is not easy to, because there was a online education and children were not allowed to use mobile phone at the earlier time, but we were forced to give gadgets to the children, especially children. The children were forced to use it, but they use it just 1 or 2 hours for their education, another time for the unproductive. So this is a very big challenge. And I hope words we conclude this session. Thank you very much, Dr. Ravi, Dr. Gulab Pathan, for helping us to provide international deliberations. Thank you, students. Thank you, participants from Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Turkmenistan, Sudan, and other countries. I have a big list. Thank you very much. So shortly, we'll begin the valedictory session. So I request all the participants to be there. Thank you very much for the wonderful deliberation. Thank you very much for a wonderful discussion. Thank you very much, the HOD Dr. Nasreen Khan, coordinator Dr. Iram Khan. Thank you very much, all the staff members. Shortly, we are beginning the valedictory session. Kindly be there. Yes, Karthik sir, good afternoon. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. I hope I'm audible.
Oh, thank you. Shortly, you're audible, sir.
Yeah.
And shortly, we'll begin the program.
Absolutely, sure.
Hello. Hello.
Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to the galaxy of intellectuals, invited chief guests, respected principal, HOD, delegates, staff members of Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, and my dear students. It is a matter of immense pride to stand here before you all. On behalf of AI's Pune College of Arts, Science and Commerce, I, Dr. Mafia Waki, feel delighted to offer a gracious welcome to all of you to the valedictory session of 2 days international conference on the impact of information technology on business and society. A day without prayer is a day without blessing. To invoke the blessings of Almighty Allah, I request Dr. Muhammad Sayyid to recite 2 verses from the Holy Quran. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار صدق الله العظيم. Translation. But among them is he who says, our God, give us in this world that which is good, and in the hereafter that which is good, and protect us from the punishment of fire. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Odissi. The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of the wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all the directions. We are delighted to have with us today Mr. Karthik Pandey from South Korea as the chief guest of the valedictory session. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Karthik Pandey, sir. I now request Dr. Appa Sayed to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Karthik Pandey, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rahul. It is indeed my pleasure to introduce today's chief guest for this valedictory function of this international conference on the impact of information technology on this research site. Mr. Karthik Pandey is a senior trainer with Concentrate South Korea. Sir has completed his graduation in mechanical engineering. Finding himself interested in IT field, he joined the company and he is with the company for nearly 9 years. He has completed multiple certifications in the field of cloud computing relating to cloud providers like Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud platforms. He has traveled countries like Japan, Malaysia, and presently is working in South Korea. We welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Officer. I now invite our honorable chief guest to address the gathering.
Hello, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So the way I see the topic that we have is about impact of information technology on business and society, right? I primarily would like to cover a few things regarding the impact on office and administration. So the previous discussion I do recall wherein we were talking about how IT has changed life in multiple places. One of the key aspect that IT also has impacted is on office and administration. Um, we have for a while been into cloud computing. Cloud computing has, I mean, was a part of the office and administration for since 2000, I mean mid 2000s. But when we were hit by this tough phase, which was
Excuse
the
me, sir.
pandemic.
Karthik, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you please turn on your camera, sir?
Hope I'm audible. I'm visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're visible. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no problem. Just because of the situation here, I am supposed to put my, mask on. Uh, so, so as I was talking about the rough state, which was the COVID, we were hit by COVID, and um, the IT infrastructure was rebooted. We were going with a pace for sure, but all of a sudden, getting in contact was, something that was not supposed to happen, and exactly because of which, the office and administration, these were two primary areas wherein a lot changed. Going from the contact situation to contact less was one of the key responsibility of multiple organizations to ensure their day-to-day task isn't affected, and that was very well achieved with the help of IT that we are into. When I talk about cloud computing, we have so many areas of expertise available, like DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, um, the creation of infrastructure in the respective cloud providers, like we have Microsoft, we have AWS, we have GCP. Um, you want to create anything just doesn't take the conventional amount of time. Previously it used to be very high, wherein you had to get everything available in your physical office. But now, because of this cloud computing, there's absolutely nothing that you really need to look at, and with the low upfront cost or low capital cost, you can achieve whatever thing you want. Few recent examples that I've seen was to monitor someone's temperature, right? That's one of the primary need to ensure that the person maybe is not um, affected by COVID. There were so many kiosk stations placed, which used artificial intelligence as a technology, just to you have to stand in front of it and it would let you know what's your temperature. um, if you want to maybe understand how if the person who has come to office is the right person, and maybe his attendance is expected to be marked, all of it, right, is being done through the technology. You really don't have to look at any of the manual measures.
Karthik,
Every
sir,
single thing. Yeah.
would it be possible for you to lower your mask? The audience want to have a look at you. If you could do that, please. Thank you so much. It'll be
I
great with you.
actually
Thank
am
you.
in a closed room and I have few people here, because of which I'm not allowed to do that. But I mean,
All
um,
right, no problem, sir. Thank
yeah, I'm so sorry, but that's what is being followed here. So I'll have to keep my mask on.
you. Yes,
I
sir.
hope
Please
that's
go ahead.
okay.
Sorry.
Sure. Yeah. So we have certain areas of expertise, the way I said, right? DevOps, then artificial intelligence, cyber security, we have machine learning. These are primary areas of information technology that have picked up so much pace that with simple coding, with simple configuration, you can achieve wonders, be it for your office administration or anything that you want to achieve, right? um, this is what is playing a very very important role at the moment. Now let's say um, you want to ensure you have entered a place wherein you do not want to I mean, the digital transformation has gone so high in all the countries, without even being physically available, you can still ensure how things would work. Previously, when before COVID, if I would say that I can work from home for more than 2.5 years, that was doubted, because we didn't know if this would have been possible. But now, with so many options available, um, I still see more than 70% of the organization is still working from home. How is it this? I mean, made possible is because of the IT. You get a isolated network which belongs to your organization. You just access it, and once you access it, you're able to work on all the applications that you've been provided access to. So I mean, that advance is the way technology is moving forward. um, at any given point of time, the I mean, every day there are new applications being developed, new options that are being made available by the big IT organizations like Microsoft, AWS, which belongs to Amazon, and GCP, which is Google Cloud Platform, which belongs to Google. These are primary IT giants that we have in the market available, and they are working day in and day out to ensure your work is eased, right? So I'm not sure if it would be
Hello.
right to say, yeah.
Hello. Hello, sir. You're not audible, sir.
uh, is that for everyone?
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You can go ahead, please.
am I audible clearly, or there's still some issues? Is it any better?
Yes, sir. Better, much better.
Okay, so the way I was saying, I mean, we have these primary giants, right? Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. They are working day in, day out to ensure the work at your office is eased, and you do not land into any trouble. And the way I was saying, it's not safe to say maybe we are out of COVID yet, or I'm not sure if COVID is the last uh, uh, pandemic or situation that we would be facing. And in such a situation, the kind of infrastructure development that organization can adapt to, which will allow the employees to be available in remote location and still give the same amount of efficient work which they used to previously get from office, right? um, that would ensure the organization is actually working with I mean, towards the profitability. Now, people have seen increased amount of work and greater effectiveness in the work when, since they're working from home. The reason being, you have that leverage, or you can leverage the time as per your need, and ensure you're available for your work whenever you need it. The commute to office, that's drastically reduced. You don't have to really travel to office and actually work. um, all of it definitely can be done from home. um, we talk about I mean, cloud computing and its impact, right? Um, it can be taken in both the directions, that is the positive as well as few negative impacts. The advancement definitely has higher pros compared to low cons against the changes that IT has brought into the world. A few cons that I can talk about is the person has to ensure the work and personal life balance is maintained properly, which differentiating becomes difficult for them as per the high expectations that the company might have against an individual. um, you really end up working more compared to being in office, because in office, let's say if you are bound by 9.5 hours time, the same thing isn't applicable when we talk about it from home, because you decide the time to start, and if there is a way to extend it as per your convenience, because being at home, you also are bound by other liabilities, right? Ensuring that you, if you have an option to manage all of it, I mean, it definitely takes more than expected time of your day to get the work done. So uh, has IT changed the world drastically and in a positive way? To greater extent, yes, when I talk about it in offices and administration, because of the kind of development that we have seen in terms of security, in terms of getting the infrastructure being available, ensuring that the person who's working is more safe and more I mean, securely accessing all the content. Yes, it definitely has helped at a bigger level, but if you talk about at personal level, um, yes, it's a mixed kind of feeling, wherein we can say that it yes has given you the option or the flexibility to either work um, uh, in a hazardous environment, which is maybe if you have a situation which might not um, I mean, which might not be safe for someone to be present in the office and work with other colleagues. So in such a situation, this can be considered as maybe not safe, but you have a alternative, which is at any given point of time, with the help of the remote work environment, you can work and ensure the um, efficient and the productivity that the organizations are expecting from the employees. You will be able to deliver on those metrics. So that's how I would say the IT actually has impacted the entire um, um, office and administration work.
So you're not audible, sir.
If you have any thing or a question to ask, maybe I'm open for the questions.
Is there any question from the audience? If anybody has a question, you can feel free to share it on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, Karthik, I have question
Sure.
regarding big data and this cloud technology.
So you're not audible. I'm sorry.
My Am I audible now?
You're not
Yeah, sorry,
audible
he's
to me.
audible,
I'm
sir.
so sorry.
He's audible to the rest of us. Can you?
Are you able? Fazil sir, can you repeat my question?
Can you hear me, sir?
Karthik?
Karthik, sir. Karthik, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Karthik,
I believe.
Karthik sir, am I audible to you?
Sir, I believe there is some network connectivity issue over there.
Should I write my question in the chat box?
Yes, sir. Please do that. Karthik, sir, am I audible to you? Mr. Karthik?
I am extremely sorry. If you want to type it in the question,
he said.
maybe I'll try. But for some reason, I can't hear you.
Karthik, sir, the question has been shared in the chat box. I don't know how to communicate that to you.
I have a question in the chat box.
Yeah, but he has to open the chat box to see it. Okay, wait. I'll
It seems you're on mute.
Yeah, Karthik sir. My question is related to big data.
Okay, what is the role of big data in today's era? Okay, big data is one of the I mean, trending term that we see always. I mean, recently, of lately, I've seen this so many times in my day-to-day work. So, data is something that everyone is looking for. You have maybe a past data. Using that information, you can train any of your artificial intelligence model to predict how the future would look like, right? And big data is one of the place where you will be able to have all of your data accumulated. So these big companies like Microsoft, AWS, or Google Cloud, they would need more data to process all of it, right? So big data definitely plays a very, very important role, because looking at the past trend, it would allow you to actually predict how your future might look like. So that's the reason big data has a very, very important role in analyzing the content, or not just any content, but let's say if you also are trying to look for some sentimental analysis, right? For an example, you have a product company, and people, they try to understand how exactly their product is working. For them to understand, maybe with the help of the social media networks, which is through maybe Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, we have so many options available. You can ensure you can fetch, with the help of connection, you can fetch all the information that's available on the internet, um, and run it through certain sentimental analysis options that these artificial intelligence applications allow to gauge if whatever services that you are trying to provide to the world, right, if it actually is going in right direction or not. So big data plays a very, very important role in capturing all of it. Hope that answers the question. Perfect.
Are we audible to you now? Karthik, sir? Karthik, sir? Any more questions from the audience?
Any other questions?
Thank you, sir, for sharing your deep and valuable knowledge with us. Nothing great can be achieved without a great coordination. May I kindly request the conference coordinator, Dr. Iram Khan, to present a brief summary of 2 days international conference on the impact of information technology on business and society. Dr. Iram Khan. Am I audible? Assalamu alaikum and a warm afternoon to one and all. I, Dr. Iram Khan, Conference Coordinator, take pleasure in presenting you all the Rapporteur's report. The International Conference on the Impact of Information Technology on Business and Society, held on 29th and 30th March 2022, began with the inaugural ceremony with Dr. Ravi Desai Naik as chief guest and Dr. Manoj S. Kamath, principal, Shri Mallikarjun College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Kanakona, Goa, as the guest of honor. The inaugural session began with Tilawat-e Quran. Dr. Aftab Anwar Sheikh, principal of Pune College, welcomed all the dignitaries as well as the delegates from India and abroad. Dr. Nasreen Khan, conference convener, presented the theme of the conference. The chief guest of the conference, Dr. Ravi Desai Naik from Sri Lanka, provided a detailed input on the theme of the conference, IT, Business and Society. The guest of honor, Dr. Manoj Kamath, discussed about how information technology has affected the business and society. Ms. Faiza Sheikh, Assistant Professor, proposed the vote of thanks. After the inaugural function, the plenary session 1 was conducted. Dr. Kinari Thakkar, Professor, Department of Commerce, University of Mumbai, discussed on the topic the impact of IT on business. Ma'am highlighted how some sectors like agriculture, health, administration, education, etc. have impacted by the technology. Post-lunch witnessed the technical session wherein more than 12 research papers were presented by different participants from all over India and abroad. The session was chaired by Dr. Hamid Hashmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Research Guide. Sir then gave his concluding remarks on the different research papers presented. Day 2 began with the plenary session 2. Mrs. Manasvi Kamath, MES College, Vasco, Goa, spoke on the positive and negative impact of information technology on business as well as on the society. The session also witnessed international deliberation where the resource persons shared their perceptions on the topic impact of information technology on education. Total 12 resource persons participated in the discussion. Firuza said, I repeat, Firuza Seddarova from Turkmenistan, Ion Chakma from Bangladesh, Jaini Dilmine from Sri Lanka, Mr. Yasin Adnan Muhammad from Sudan, Mrs. Shekaba Momini from Afghanistan, Ms. Sonali from Sri Lanka, Mr. Udit Mirando from Sri Lanka, Mr. Umesh Dabre from Sri Lanka, and Mr. Uzair from Afghanistan. Dr. Riyasat Pirzadeh, Assistant Professor, proposed the vote of thanks. The valedictory function started with the recitation of Holy Quran by Dr. Wakil Sayyed, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Dr. Akbar Sayyed, Assistant Professor, introduced the chief guest, Dr. Kartik Patlegar from South Korea. Rapporteur's report was read by Dr. Iram Khan, Conference Coordinator, and Assistant Professor Fazil Sharif proposed a vote of thanks. In all, this conference has received great response from India as well as from foreign delegates for research publication in both the books, ISBN and UGC care listed journal. More than 50 research papers have been received for the UGC care listed journal and more than 20 papers for ISBN edited books. In total, we had 22 participants from abroad, 40 participants from Maharashtra, and 70 plus students participated. In all, the conference was a grand success. I, Dr. Iram Khan, conference coordinator, thank the principal, Dr. Aftab Anwar Sheikh sir, for having his faith on us, as well as my team members of Department of Commerce on organizing this grand event. I thank each participant, teachers and students for participating and contributing in the event wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Iram Khan, for presenting very interesting and informative report of the conference. Now it's time to receive feedback from delegates. I request Mrs. Namita Mane to present her views about the conference. Mrs. Namita Mane.
Good afternoon. I, Sonam Poptani, Assistant Professor, MU College of Commerce, Pimpri.
Namita Mane, ma'am, are you there, ma'am? Mrs. Namita Mane. Ma'am, are you there in the meeting?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you.
Actually, I was not able to unmute. Okay. Thank you. I am Namita Mane, Assistant Professor of Commerce from JSPM Commerce and Science College. I thanks Pune College for giving me opportunity to share the feedback. Digitalization and information technology have its own merits and demerits. Somewhere there should be an awareness in society. So I really appreciate the efforts taken by Pune College for organizing such a wonderful international conference on impact of information technology on business and society. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay Lakshmi, ma'am. Now I request Mr. Mahesh to present his opinion and observation.
Hello. Hello.
Mr. Mahesh.
Yeah, I'm audible.
We can't hear you, sir.
I'm audible. Hello. Hello. I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. I would like to thank to Pune College of Arts and Science and Commerce to organize this international conference, the impact of information technology on business and society. And I will like to request to Pune College to organize these types of conference in future also. So as a researcher, we can participate of this type of conference also. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Vijay Lakshmi, ma'am, are you there? Thank you, Mahesh, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Vijay Lakshmi, ma'am.
Good afternoon. I, Sonam Poptani, Assistant Professor, MU College of Commerce, Pimpri, take an opportunity to speak a few words on the International Conference on Impact of IT on Business and Society. To start with, Dr. Kamath spoke on IT affects on how the IT affects the business and society. The way he presented and explained was up to the mark. Simplicity of presentation was the key of his lecture. Dr. Thakkar spoke on impact of IT on business, that is how it impacts agriculture, health, etc. Mrs. Kamath spoke on positive and negative impact of IT on business and society and comprehensively covered everything. The conference was well organized. It can be seen that the college has taken enormous efforts on the smooth conduct of the conference. Congratulations to the college, principal and the entire team who have worked hard to make this conference a successful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonam ma'am. The end of one story is the beginning of many others. On this note, I would like to conclude a remarkable and memorable valedictory session. I invite Mr. Fazil Sharif to propose vote of thanks.
I would like to start with a quote by William Arthur. He says, and I quote, "Gratitude can transform common days into thanksgiving, turn routine jobs into joy, and change ordinary opportunities into blessings." Unquote. I, Assistant Professor Muhammad Fazil Sharif, have taken on the challenge to put out the appreciation in words on this occasion of the valedictory function of this international conference. Distinguished guests, experts from India and abroad, colleagues from universities, friends, well-wishers, and students. What started as some preliminary activity has developed into the process of diverse activity culminating in what is seen as fruits that are visible today. It has been a struggling, yet wonderful and enriching experience for us to organize a one-of-its-kind blended mode of international conference. I'm grateful to our respected chief guest, Mr. Karthik Patlegar, Senior Trainer at Concentrics from South Korea, for accepting our invitation and sparing his valuable time to grace the valedictory function with his presence. I would like to thank our resource person and guest, Dr. Ravi Disnaike, head and professor from University of Kelania, Sri Lanka. Dr. Manoj Kamath, Principal, Sri Malika Arjun College of Arts, Science and Commerce, Goa. Dr. Kinnari Thakkar, Professor, Department of Commerce, University of Maharashtra, University of Mumbai. And Mrs. Manasvi Kamath from MES College, Vasco. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Hamid Hashmi, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, for chairing the technical session. I wish to express my gratitude to all the delegates who participated and presented their research papers in the conference. I would like to thank our management, Yatim Khana and Madrasa, Anjuman Khairul Islam, Mumbai, for their continued support and patronage. I would like to profusely thank our dynamic head of Pune College family, our principal, Dr. Aftab Anwar Sheikh, for his vision, approach, and detailed guidance, which has helped us to make this conference a success. I would also like to thank the vice principal for their support. I would like to place on record my gratitude towards the conference convener and head of Department of Commerce, Dr. Nasreen Khan, for her encouragement, guidance, and providing a stimulating environment for such educational development. My sincere thanks to conference coordinator, Dr. Iram Khan,
for all the coordination and mammoth effort put in by her to making this conference a super hit. This conference would not have been possible without teamwork. The entire team of Department of Commerce displayed empathy, support, dedication, and teamwork, and took untiring efforts. A big thanks to all my colleagues for going the extra mile with a smile to make sure that the international conference is a success. A special thanks to the supporting staff for their exemplary display of energy and willingness to do almost anything to make this international conference a hit. And of course, a big, big thanks to our student participants. May the Almighty bless you all. I would like to once again thank everyone whose contribution has made this international conference a grand success.
Thank you, Father sir. Once again, I would like to thank all of you and announce end of this 2-day international conference on the impact of information technology on business and society. Thank you. Everyone, thank you for
The attendance link will be shared in a few minutes. Kindly stay online. We're sharing the attendance link.